Hey guys, you're looking at the iPhone 4 here with the Scotch bumper. I'm going to put this aside because that's not what we're talking about today, but this is what I'm using with my iPhone and it's really nice. I'm actually getting the Griffin case as well for it through the case program of Apple. So I do intend to keep one of these. Maybe not this one though, and I'll explain why. This is unit number 2. Um, I'm notorious for having a bit of OCD with certain things on products, mostly these little guys. I know nothing's perfect, but there are certain things that when you pay a certain kind of money for, you expect not to be defective. But it happens everywhere and anytime. So here it is. This is my issue with this particular phone. These two buttons, they're loose. You can actually very faintly hear them clicking, but I'm not depressing them. I'm just simply just brushing my finger on top. You get the same thing with this one, and you get the same thing with the home button. Now, I'm not depressing on any of these buttons. I'm just simply rubbing my finger on top. Now, my first model did not have that first unit I had, but it did have these two buttons being loud. Like the clicky sensation when you rub your finger. So maybe these are normal. Maybe they're supposed to do that, but I know this isn't. So that's a bother for me right there. The reason you see bubbles on here, it's not because the screen's defective or anything. It just has a screen protector I put on just to protect the phone while I'm actually thinking of maybe getting it replaced so I don't scratch it or anything like that. Um, Let me know how yours is and if you've got these types of issues. Aside from that, I did notice also in Safari, it is a little slow. Like it doesn't, I don't know what it is. It's with this one, not the first one I had, but with this one, I find that the actual digitizer doesn't follow your gestures as properly as it should. Like you try to go up and it goes sideways and stuff. It's kind of weird. But aside from that, everything else is fine. I don't want to trade it up again for another one that has anything worse. I know it probably won't have dead pixels, knock on wood, because the pixel density is so high that even if it did, you probably wouldn't see it. But aside from that, it's nothing that I'd like to see. And hopefully, if I do Apple Care this, which I'm planning on doing, I've already gone all through the online process of getting a replacement, but I'm sure I'll have to speak with them as well. If I do end up getting another handset, I just hope at least this isn't doing that. And the other issue I had with my first one, which you might want to look into yourselves, is this back plate and the antenna. Now, because the front plate is adhered completely around the antenna, there's actually epoxy glue all the way around. This particular plate is actually hard to come off, but the back plate actually slides up. So you just unscrew these two. I haven't done it on this one, but I've seen it done. You basically unscrew these two and then you push this up and this whole thing comes off. With that said, the top doesn't tend to be as flush as you'd like to. So just maybe put it up against the light and see how the gaps are. I know my first one, the gap was so wide I could stick a piece of paper in it and I can actually see the piece of paper in the camera lens on the inside. So you think about dust issues and that sort of thing. So be aware, those are my issues. Let me know if you have the same types of issues and what you've done about it. Thanks, guys.